Good morning. Play peeps, how you going? I just have to pop on live really quickly because I've just seen something that's blown my mind and I really want to share it with you. Yelena Kostukova is an amazing spiritual shaman and just a groundbreaking life changer. And I've just read her email and watched her video, and she's talking about what do you stand for and how to counterbalance fear. And I just want to share it with you. I've got to share the link anyway. So here's the link. Here's the link to Yelena's post. But she talks about, especially now, you know, in the current political climate that we're in Australia, and if you haven't tuned in or you're not sure what's going on, we're having a interesting time deciding on marriage equality at the moment. And a whole lot of people are standing for this and a whole lot of people are rallying against that, depending on what their view is. And it's creating a lot of like weirdness around the place. And what Yelena says is, you know, standing for something actually means standing for yourself. And if we are riddled with angst and fear and not sure of what we're going to do inside of ourselves, that's the vibration that goes out into the rest of the world. And it kind of contributes to the unsettledness. And if you're not settled within yourself, and if you're not calm, and if your vibration is like that, then that's what's going to go out. And if we think about making big change in the world, then certainly it starts inside us. It's an internal process rather than an external one. So the more we can feel resolved and calm and really believing and standing in the truth of what we really feel, that is the vibration that ripples out into the world, and other people can then feel that and be affected by it. So standing for something or rallying or doing all this external work, yes, we do have to do it, but it's so much more effective when it comes from a place of, yes, I really feel this, and knowing it inside ourselves. Hello, thank you for watching. Happy Saturday. And I just want to read this. I'm so excited. This is Yelena Kostukova, and I'm just so excited by her email today. She says that what makes a positive difference in the world is not how many people get together and stand against something, but what these people stand for inside themselves. And she talks about the taranga way because she is trained in the New Zealand shamanism, and the Maori culture talks about taranga way being your standing place, that rock solid foundation of who you really are. And it's basically like an advanced form of grounding. And when you are grounded in the truth of what you know and what you feel and what you believe in, that is the thing that ripples out. And if you've ever seen the gorgeous footballers, you know, do the haka before a football team, or if you've ever seen the haka, you will see the taranga way. You will see that tremendously strong, grounded, here I am kind of energy. And it's palpable. Like, it gives you the shivers, doesn't it, when you watch it? That is your standing place. And that is something that then is allowed to ripple out, and other people feel grounded just by being around you. So much more effective than letting external things happen. So this is about counterbalancing fear. And she goes on to talk about a guy called David Hawkins, who wrote a book called Power versus Force. And check this out. This is just going to blow your mind. He describes an experiment where he found that one person vibrating at the state of unconditional love counterbalances 750,000 people who are vibrating in a state of fear, right? One person. So one person can achieve a state of unconditional peace just within themselves, can counterbalance all those other people that are freaked out. Now, if you think about a lot of the fear-based stuff that we see, especially in the new age. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I love it. Hey Kathleen. Hey Melody. Yeah. And you know, like sometimes we see these posts that pop up, and even in the playground, and then you see the fear that starts to ripple out into the group. And I love to watch that, because I think, wow, that is destabilizing people. But what about if you just held the love? Because the love is stronger than the fear. The love is always stronger than the fear. And if you think one person holding that state of love will counterbalance everything else. So when you are even seeing things on Facebook that kind of make you feel a little bit, oh, find that love place. Find that place of, this is what I know. I know within a doubt, like just in my bones for me, one of the things I always say is, you're never alone and you're always loved. And that's my belief for moving forward on the spiritual path. I know that spirit has my back. I know that I'm always loved. Even if it's the crappiest day, I know that I'll get through this. Yes, laughter works too, Debbie, absolutely. Yeah, something to lighten up, because spirit's light. You know, fear is a very low vibration. Do we want to really buy into that? Or do we want to look at what's the highest vibration we can operate on? Because the highest vibration we can operate on is closer to spirit. I'll give you another example. There is a gorgeous lady I've worked with on the Psychic Connection package, and she's been my student on and off for maybe a year. And she's always struggled with a fear of death. It's not something that she's comfortable with. And she's working on it, and, you know, she has an amazing psychic ability, right? So, you know, somewhere in there, I know she's a medium because she's very in contact with the spirit world, but at the moment, it just doesn't make her feel that comfortable, and she's working towards it. So sometime during this week, there was some crazy post about how it's going to be the end of the world, or it was the end of days today, or some date on some calendar. And she saw this post on Facebook, and it just completely triggered her. Yes, the butterfly effect, absolutely, Heidi. I do understand that. And it was not something she wanted to see, because it was her particular Achilles heel. Now, we all have Achilles. We all have things that trigger us, right? Like, we all do, because we're human. And this particular one was like her thing. And it made her feel completely terrible. It brought up all the fear, and she was knocked off her standing place. You know, that taranga way, that strong grounding belief in what the world really is. And it took a little while for her to get back. And this is the fear factor that we can buy into, or we don't have to. It's up to us. So I just want to leave that with you, this amazing, and I have shared the post by Elena Kostikova. This is not my words, this is Yelena's, and I think she's amazing. She's one of the few people that I subscribe to, whose newsletters I get. But she says, if your consciousness is riddled with angst, fear, and negativity, then that is what you're bringing into the collective pool every day. And if your taranga way, if your grounding place, your belief system is anchored in a deep state of peace, then that has a stabilizing and uplifting effect. And if you can be that person for someone else who's feeling destabilized, then just know you can hold that space for them and they will feel it. So if we want to create great change in the world, it starts in here. Just like psychic ability, it starts in here. It's not external. It's inside us. And one of the biggest things I'm a big proponent of, and you'll see me do it in the list, I always ask, how do you feel? What can you do? What do you think it means? Because the answers are always inside us. That's where our power is. And I'm running a challenge. I'm running the 5-day clairaudience challenge in a couple of weeks' time. And you know what? That's what I talk about in those 5 days, is the power is with you, and you get to decide how you use it and will you use it, and what you're going to do with it. How are you going to change the world with your gorgeous power that you access inside of you? So I encourage you to check out, yeah, Melody, thank you. That's what drew you to me. Yes, the power is always within you, and you can change. You can change yourself. You can just raise your vibration and stand with what you believe in. And if you believe that the world is actually good, and where there isn't a great battle for good and evil, or there isn't, whatever you think is out there, sure, it's out there, but there are our own personal fears, and there are our own personal shadow factors and our shadow selves that we always are dealing with. I'm not saying they don't exist. I certainly have my shadow self that regularly work on. but that's where they are. But we can choose to stand in love and stand in that higher belief that we are loved and we're never alone. And from that place, our consciousness ripples out and can change the world. Hey, Kayla. So, yeah, I just want to leave you with that. The book is called Power versus Force by David Hawkins. I can't wait to buy it. And he describes an experiment where he found that one person vibrating at the state of unconditional love. And if you think about that, that's what the Buddhists do. You know, they sit and they meditate. If you ever sat with Buddhists, they will sit and meditate. And their intention is just to take that energy and gift it to the world, however the world uses it. They're totally unattached with what goes on. It's the opposite to manifesting in a way where we're all kind of, you know, we're intending this or we're intending that. They're just like meditate and gifting it to the world. One person doing this, vibrating at a state of unconditional love, counterbalances 750,000 people who are in a state of fear. One person. So you can use your spiritual tools for good or evil, basically. So you can change yourself just by changing your vibration. And I love that. And I'm going to leave you with that. Yes, it is a ripple effect. But know that the ripple effect of love is so much stronger than the ripple effect of fear. And if we remember that, we are able to help our fellow person who may be having a little bit of a wobbly moment and touching on their particular fear monsters. And we can just hold that space of love for them. That's all. So I want to leave you with that. Thank you for watching. Have a gorgeous day. See you on the challenge if you're going to jump on that. It'll be starting next week. And I'll be sharing this video too. So have a gorgeous day, guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao.